Welcome to educator.com. In this lesson, you're going to be learning about ratios. Ratios are fractions that compare two quantities. Applications are comparing ingredients in a recipe or finding out teacher-to-student supervision ratios. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division, and it can be written in three ways. For example, A over B, A to B, and A colon B. And in this case, it can look like a fraction. Equivalent fractions are ratios that name the same number and can look like equivalent fractions. For example, 6 over 2. That could be written as 3 over 1. Remember that in the case of ratios, it's a comparison of two quantities. So you would not want to take the 3 over 1 and write it as 3, because then you're no longer comparing two quantities. You would just have one quantity left. So always keep ratios in improper form. Let's try writing a ratio. There are 3 blue gumballs and 6 pink gumballs in the candy jar. Write the ratio of pink to blue gumballs in 3 ways. So they want pink to blue. So pink is 6 and blue is 3. 6 to 3, and they want it in 3 ways. So 6 colon 3, 6 to 3, or 6 over 3. Remember that the order matters because the problem is asking us to write pink to blue. So I want to write the number for pink first, then blue. If I were to switch the numbers around, it would give us different values for the pink gumballs and different values for the blue. And the problem is specifically asking for pink to blue. So make sure that you write the pink number first. Write 2 different ratios equivalent to 10 over 12. If you remember, in writing equivalent fractions, you could either divide or multiply. In this case, 10 over 12, to write an equivalent ratio, I could divide the top and bottom by 2 and get 5 over 6. There's one equivalent ratio. I could also take 10 over 12 and multiply the top and bottom by 2 and get 20 over 24. There's my second equivalent ratio. With dividing, you can only divide if the number can be simplified further. However, with multiplying, you can choose to multiply by any number you'd like. Let's try writing a ratio in simplest form. At the grocery store, you buy 8 green peppers and 2 red peppers for your sausage sandwiches. Write the ratio of green to red peppers in simplest form. So we want the order to be green to red. Green is 8 and red is 2. So 8 green to 2 red. And in simplest form, we can divide by 2 and get 4 to 1. Remember not to simplify this into 4, because otherwise I would not know how many red peppers there are. It would no longer be a comparison of green to red. You need to leave this in improper so that I know it's 4 green and 1 red. There are 4 pairs of sandals, 5 pairs of sneakers, and 2 pairs of boots in John's closet. Write the ratio of pairs of boots to pairs of sneakers. Okay, so here we're comparing boots to sneakers. Let's find the number for boots. 2 to sneakers, 5. 2 to 5. So make sure that you get the order correct, and also make sure that you are looking for the correct quantity that is being compared. So we were looking at boots and sneakers, so we left out the information about sandals. Next, let's look at the ratio of pairs of sandals to total pairs of shoes. Well, there are 4 pairs of sandals. So that's our first number, 4. And we want to know the total pairs of shoes. We have 4 plus 5 plus 2. 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 2 is 11. So John has 4 sandals out of his, 4 pairs of his shoes or sandals out of his total 11 pairs. Write the following ratio in simplest form, 36 to 6. You could write it in a fraction form to help you if you're more familiar with writing equivalent fractions. The top and the bottom can be divided by 6. That's their greatest common divisor, or their greatest common factor, and we would get 6 to 1. so it's 6 to 1. Remember not to simplify it into just 6, otherwise I would not know the second quantity. Every 4 cups of uncooked rice creates 12 cups of cooked rice. Write the ratio of the amount of uncooked rice to the amount of cooked rice. So if you put in 4 cups of uncooked rice, you end up with 12 cups of cooked rice. And the ratio is 4 to 12. If they wanted you to simplify that, you could divide by 4, and you would get 1 to 3. So every 1 cup of uncooked rice, you get 3 cups. This does not ask you to simplify, so you could simply leave the ratio as 4 to 12. A school has 70 faculty members for the 770 students. Write in simplest form the ratio of faculty members to students. Remember that the order matters in ratios, and we want to know about the faculty members to the students. So first I'm going to write the faculty members over the students. Many times in real life, if you look at school information, people will want to know how much attention each student can get based on the faculty to student ratio. And so let's find out how much each faculty member is responsible, how many students each faculty member is responsible for. So here I see that I can divide by 7, and I would get 10 over 110. Oh, but I still can keep simplifying here. I see that I can simplify by 10 again. And I would get 1 over 11. So for each faculty member, that faculty member can supervise 11 students. Thank you for watching educator.com.